this time I was able to get it to 8 minutes, but I found out you have to be careful what you say, because if you say something is OP, then people are going to discredit the time and the experience you put in something. So to caveat off of that, even though I think the military taught me to use that word wrong, we're going to talk about how I won this game with Take Leona, with my first augment being Quest, Steal Your Heart, where when you get 400 stacks on Heartsteel, it multiplies your stack by 5. Now, this build, this game is not OP, but it is fun to finally to be able to play with Leona, who is my favorite champion. And I skipped through some of the matches where it's just me chasing somebody, because nobody would see that. But it's finally fun to be able to play with Leona as a fighter rather than a support, because I try to take her top lane, and that's not always the best move, but this one's great. But Arena is definitely a game for Leona. So the first few rounds with me and Veigar, they don't go too well. But Veigar's a scaling champion, and I had to get tanky. So as long as we work together, things go well. So of course, my plan is to get Heartsteel. But first, let's talk about how I decided to go about my boots. Now, just like Leona being a tank, just like in Summoner's Rift, you got to think what's the best boots. Now, if it's mostly AD, I go the plated scaps, and then if it's mostly people with magic damage or CC, I go Mercury Treads. If I can't make a decision, if I think it's too even, I do what I did in this game, and I will go the cooldown boost via Onion, whatever it's called, and then we go from there. Now, for this team we're going against, Samira and Nami, I have yet to see a ranged duo that does amazing. If you know one, let me know. I'll try it out. Maybe not. Now here is the second augment I got. I believe I went with Courage of the Colossus, which is great for Leona, where it shields me every time I mobilize enemies. With that, I have my Q, I have my E, and I have my R. Now, with that being said, when you get that, you want to try not to spam all of your immobilization abilities at the same time. Maybe hit a Q, wait for the shield to go down, then hit an E. Unless the person's in your face, unless the enemy's in your face, then you don't need the E. Just wait for the Q, because try to save the E for when they start running. Like when that ranged champion or when that low health champion starts to run, try to save your E for that. And then I think we lose this one too against Thresh and Olaf. Again, another reason why another reason why Tank Leona is not OP is because you have to work well with your teammate, because she does not do damage to tanks. Rather, I should say, she doesn't do immediate damage to tank. It's more like the stuff you build on her is just burn damage, which means she can still be out damaged by champions that can chop tanky champions, like maybe Master Yi or a brand that you can't get on, or even worse, a Gwen. I've seen Gwen chop me down when I had damn near 10k health. I don't believe I have my stacks yet, and I'm just waiting. Now here we go. Third augment, Celestial Body. Celestial Body is the augment that gives you 1250 HP in exchange for minus 10 damage. Now, when you're building items that do damage based on your health, that's not too bad, especially when you're going with the Steal Your Heart, where you're just trying to build health anyway. And in a game where your duo is just damage, like Veigar, you want health. You want to live as long as possible, especially if they die early, so you can live and get it back in the game. But you also want to get them back in game while you still have high health. I'm still trying to figure out if it's best to, like, when you have a low health enemy, like let's say you have a squishy enemy and a tanky enemy that's a duo, like is it best to kill them early or to wait? Because if you kill them early and they come back, like if you kill the squishy enemy first and you guys spend a whole bunch of stuff on the tanky enemy and now your health is low and the squishy enemy comes back and destroys you, would it have been best to just wait? I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm not a pro at the arena, but I am getting better. I should post that Galio. The game had Galio, but we came in second place, so I'm not going to post it. And then when we talk about the fruit that heals you, another thing that makes Leona good is, or just anybody that has a auto attack reset, is that you can time that pretty well. That as long as you can click on it, as long as you can click on the damn plant, then you can time it and have a better chance of getting the plant. And again, so like Olaf is a good counter to Veigar and Leona because of his R, which he can bypass the CC. So what you have to try to do, or what I suggest doing, is either focus the thresh or just try to time, like I say my ult, try to time your CC, your hard CC, for when his ult is done. Last but not least, my last augment was Goliath. 35% health and 15% adaptive damage. I think this augment needs to be nerfed. This augment makes no sense. There are already so many tanky augments that you're gonna offer them 35% health and 15% adaptive damage. I'm grateful, but I don't think we need all that. So again, this is fun, but it is not OP. If you keep playing with Leona, if you one trick in arena, you're gonna find some times where there's nothing you can do. Where you might go against a champion that you're trying to burn down, and then all of a sudden the health is gone. But I was proud of this game. So happy New Year's, and for my wrestling fans, I got another video coming for you.